Hey guys, it's Seth. I wanted to start off by saying that this became one of the harder projects I wanted to work on. Now, if you have this cube, then I definitely recommend following my setup. But after recording this, I realized how difficult it actually was to set up this cube. Even after I finished recording, I still had to add some extra steps I needed to do in order to get the cube as close as I could to being as light, controllable, and smooth as possible. I am going to be doing a review on this cube, but if you want to know what I think of it right now, I would definitely describe it as fast. I added plenty of heavyweight lube and tightened the tensions, yet the turning is still somewhat uncontrollable and even too fast for me. Overall, this is a good cube and I am considering it to be my main, but I want to let you know that the cube has certain flaws that not even I can fix. Before you begin, there's a couple things that you need. You're going to need a screwdriver. There should be one provided in the Weilong accessories box. Replacing the springs are optional. I choose not to change mine since it was just a brand new cube. You're also going to need a paper towel when things get messy, like taking the cube apart. You're going to need a cloth as well to wipe down all the pieces. I prefer using heavyweight lube for the core and lightweight for the pieces. If you want the exact lube setup that I used, all of it is in the description. You're going to start by taking off all of the center pieces. Next, unscrew all of the center pieces. Be careful of this step because the cube can explode. Try taking out the center pieces as carefully as possible. Now, you need to get organized. From a pile of pieces, separate the corners from the edges. This will be useful later on when you're done wiping off all the pieces, but right now, you should have a pile of center caps, a pile of center pieces with the springs inside them, and a pile of edges and corners. And finally, the core. Like I said, you can replace any of these pieces with extras from the accessories box, but again, all of that is optional. This is the part where you wipe off every single piece along with the screws. Try to wipe off any place where a spring or piece would be intact with another piece. It doesn't have to be perfect as long as you wipe off the majority of the factory lube. Now that you've wiped off each piece to your best ability, it's time to begin lubing. Start off with the screws. What I'm doing is applying a generous amount of heavy silicone lube on the screw, and when you're done, put back on the spring and washer. Then I'm going to take a bit more heavy silicone lube and put it in the blue area where the washer touches. I don't know if this is necessary, but again, it's about moving any piece that's intact with another piece. Repeat this step for all 6 centers. Once all 6 centers are lubed, you can begin reassembling the centers with the core. Many people say it's okay just to tighten the cube to whatever tightness as long as each side feels the same. Do not do this, especially with this cube. While each side may feel the same tension, it does not mean that each side is the same. This is definitely not the easiest, but the best approach is to tighten each center the same amount of turns. For example, I turned each center to a 45-degree angle 20 times. This way, I know that each face of the cube has an even tension and will feel the same on each side. Once you've completed this for all 6 sides, you can begin reassembling the puzzle. I recommend that you add all the secondary piece lube after you reassemble the 3x3. Now this is the part where you experiment and mess around. You should find if the cube turns too loose or is too hard to turn. This is all personal preference, but again, what I did was I had to turn the cube an additional 6 times on each face. Even after doing this, the cube is still a little fast for my taste, but I think it's the best setup you can do that'll make this cube silky smooth while also being somewhat controllable through the speed. That's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Okay.